Hi everyone, this is Dr. Lakeisha J. Cole of thefaithoutcome.com. I hope everyone is doing well. Today I wanted to discuss, this is just an emotional concern, and I'm sure that somebody else has gone through this, and if you have, then please, by all means, whatever type of advice or guidance that you may have for others concerning the topic, please feel free to share your knowledge, share your wisdom, and let it be known to help someone else. I am currently just feeling so frustrated because I have been going on this trail of my life cycle for I don't know how long now, 20 years, right at 18 point maybe 18.6 years of my life, right at 19 years, and it is just like, I don't get it. I do not get it. I have maintained positivity. I have maintained doing whatever it is that I know how to do to balance everything in my life. Everything in my life I've tried to balance. I've tried to balance family, career. I've tried my best to be as sacrificial as possible, to sacrifice and to make sure that the decisions that I have been making, even for my career, supported my family first. And with all of this sacrifice, it just seems that all it did was take years of time in my life, off of my life, to have these things in my mind, but not be in a position to obtain. And when I say all we can do is what we know how to do, you cannot do what you don't know how to do. And for me, I'm big, like, family is everything to me. And it may not seem like that sometimes when other people are observing you, because they're looking at their feelings and their thoughts and their emotions and how it makes them feel about what decisions you're making. Sometimes people look on the outside and it looks like this. It looks like she's doing this. So, she must not care because she doesn't want to do X, Y, and Z and this and that and the other. But I have had goals and dreams, and one thing about me, I am extremely disciplined when it comes to what I want in my life. And I will sacrifice and I will discipline myself to the point that if I know I want something that I can obtain, then everything else, it's gonna wait. I don't care if people get upset with me, mad at me, feel some kind of way about me, judge me. Like, I really could care less, because I know what I can do. I know what responsibilities I have, and I'm not gonna put all of my personal business out there to everybody. Like, I'm not gonna tell people everything that I'm working on. I'm working on a project, and it could be, to obtain a home or to obtain something that I need in my life that I don't currently have. I am not going to put people in my business about why I'm not going anywhere because I'm saving for something special, or I have a dream and a goal particularly that I want to obtain. And when you have goals and dreams, they require you to sacrifice And sometimes making sacrifices are not easy because people don't understand. And it's not about whether people understand your life or not, because it's your life. Only you know. Do I need to be turning here? No. Only you know what you have to do. Only you know what you have coming in your household. Only you know what you're dealing with behind closed doors. Like, you're the only person who knows that. And you don't have to explain to everybody what you have going on. Sometimes it's not nothing bad. You know, sometimes you're not struggling. It's just you're working on something. And what I'm working on, okay, I can't do these things. And for me, sometimes I do. I know I confuse people a lot how I communicate, because when I don't give them the small details that will help them understand, oh, if I knew this, I would know that, okay, now I know and understand why you can't do whatever, because you working on this. I'm not going to tell you what I'm working on. I'm not going to tell people what I'm working on. Like, I get it. It will help you understand and make you understand why maybe I'm not doing certain things, and it would relieve you of your stress wondering what's going on with me. It would help you not to judge me if you knew what was going on. But I'm not gonna go to those lengths and tell people exactly what I'm facing, because that's for me to know. This is my life. I know what I have before me. I know the pains that I have in my life. I know the challenges that I'm facing. I know what has changed in my life. And I know where I'm going. And some things, like, honestly, the things that I want, the way that I think, the way that I dream, the way that I set goals, my goals are big. I don't set goals that are too small and they're readily available for me to achieve. I achieve things that are huge milestones for me. I achieve things that I really need to have faith for. And if you've watched my previous videos as a subscriber, then you'll know from hearing me say this. I am a person who, I think big, I dream big. I set goals that are difficult for me to achieve on my own. Like, I literally have to have faith to accomplish these goals. It's no other way that I would do it. And that's how I am. That's the kind of person I am. And like I said, I can look at my life. For me, Lakeisha, I know the sacrifices that I've made. I know the decisions and opportunities that I have had in my life that I completely let go and gave up just because my current circumstances appeared to require my attention. I needed to do certain things. And as a result, I did those things. And I accepted my choices and my decisions, that I chose this. I chose to do this. I chose to turn down opportunities, to be available for family. I have turned down opportunities in so many categories to do things that I knew I had a responsibility for doing. And now, just on the subject of today, like I said, all of that I've done, all of that, it still did not lead to it being my time for certain things. And honestly, you know, maybe it's just like everybody else. Sometimes you have to be all about you to seem like there's a game. And for me, I haven't been. And sometimes I feel like that's why maybe things that I know I could have had, like stuff that I sit here and talk about that I want to achieve, these goals could have been checked off had I not been so all about, trying to be there for everybody else. And truthfully, like, that makes me happy that I'm being like that, because the truth is that's really who I really am. Like, I'm not putting on. That's who I really am. I will weigh, okay, this is a career opportunity, but it's not best for my family. It's not best for me to keep what I have going. So, okay, I'll turn it down. Like, I've been that so many times. And there are things that I have wanted to do just like other people. And I chose not to do it because, okay, I have responsibilities that you may not have. I have a life that you may not have. So you may not have to do the things that somebody else has to do. And for me, I know what situation and circumstances I'm in. I know what family I belong to. I know what responsibilities I have. I know what obligations I have. And I'm a person, like, for me, I feel like, what business is it for me to be doing certain things when I have responsibilities? And then I know that these responsibilities will not be completed if I just do X, Y, and Z. And so thinking like that, being like that, it just makes me think, like, why in the world am I still in this position? And ding, 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 Lakeisha, it's because this is how I think. Sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. If you have goals and dreams and things that you want to achieve, and you're not achieving them because, like you said, okay, maybe your goal is you want to buy a house, or maybe you need a new car because yours is on your last leg, and okay, you're making sacrifices. People are saying, well, hey, we want to do this and we want to do that. Well, I'm not doing that, because right now I'm working on something. And just like I'm saying in this video, and just like somebody else listening may say, well, that's probably why you don't have that stuff that you want and need, that you set a goal for, because you're too busy trying to do things this way. The way that we do things, our actions, they determine where we are in life. And it doesn't mean that you're doing things wrong. It doesn't mean that you're doing them right. It just means this is how you go about doing things, and these are the results. So you can explain them however you want to explain them or whatever, but these are the results. And for me, I am like, it's just too much to explain in one video. I have really had some things that I have desired for, like I said, nearly 20 years. Nearly 20 years. And as positive as I try to be, and as upbeat as I try to be, I'm sure you understand I'm human just like you and everybody else. And sometimes it just feels like, when is it going to happen? Yes, in its due time, that's when it's going to happen. But it's like, when is it going to happen? How long am I going to be speaking faith and making sacrifices for other people in my life? And for me, it just seems like I'm just sitting back watching everybody achieve their goals in my life, the ones who I make sacrifices for. I'm looking at them live how they want to live, do what they want to do, and I'm making the sacrifices that help you do that. And I'm sitting around really feeling like I'm just looking at things pass me by, opportunities pass me by left and right. And to have the right heart about things, I know when you don't have the right heart, it can seem ruthless. But when you have the right heart about things, when you say, I'm doing this, I'm making this sacrifice for love and care, and I want to see the people around me happy. And then you look 20 years down the road or more, and you haven't achieved nothing that you wanted to achieve, hardly. You know, and it's because sometimes there are times where you have to put yourself first. And that's what this video is about. Sometimes you have to put yourself first. And putting yourself first may mean you're going to be judged. It may mean that people are going to throw you away because, oh, you're not doing what they want you to do. It might mean that you get what you want and there are losses. Like sometimes you may have to lose somebody in your life that is special to you and that you made sacrifices for, and now it's just over because it's time for you to put yourself first. Like that stuff is truthfully, like that's everything. That's so much. It's a lot. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to take on. And like I said, you know, I'm 45, and there are certain things that I wanted to accomplish 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I had some goals where my mindset was, okay, at 35 years of age, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to have. And it didn't work out like that. And so now I'm 45 years old, and I'm thinking, okay, I still haven't achieved it yet. It still hadn't come to pass. And I'm not, we're not going past 50 and this stuff hadn't been achieved. Like, whatever I have to do, meaning like, if it's time for me to just stop giving people what they want around me, like, and do for myself and have for myself and get some things accomplished that I have the right to, then that's what it has to be. Like, and it is so hard for me, like emotionally, it's hard for me to be that way, because it's just hard for me. It's difficult for me to be that way, and I'm very honest and transparent about that. It is hard for me to just say, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna stick with this, and this is what's best for me. And if you're not supportive of it, then you'll love me from a distance. You will have to love me from a distance, because I'm not gonna ever be where I want to be if I don't put myself first sometimes. And people will tell you that they love you and this and that. They love you as long as you doing what they want you to do. That's how long. What in the world is going on here? It's hard to see now. Take these glasses off. It's just hard to. It is. It's difficult and it's challenging to be that way, because the first thing you feel is, oh gosh, you know, I'm just being selfish. You know, I have things that I want, things that I desire, and in order for me to do it, I just can't please everybody to be able to make this stuff happen for me. And I feel and I want to believe that people love me enough to be understanding versus judging me or just throwing me away, saying, well, you're not doing what no longer doing what I need and want you to do for me. And therefore, it's time for you to hit the highway. So, okay, well, if I have to hit the highway because I've made sacrifices for people who wouldn't think twice about making them for me, and for me to want something in my life that I haven't achieved yet in 20 years plus, when will it ever be time for me? And I'm sorry, like 2-3 years, that's different. But when you can go nearly 30 years that you've been putting things to the side, canceling things just because you're trying to do it for this or that, and then as soon as you say, you know what, look, I need to do something for myself. I'm getting older. As we all know and respect, no matter what home you come from, meaning genetically, you have genetics. I don't care how healthy habits you put on, your genes are your genes, okay? Your genetic code is your genetic code. And that it is what it is. You can change how you eat. You can change how you exercise. You can change those things that are adjustable and changeable. But things like your genes and where you come from, that you just have to deal with it. And you know, just like anybody else, I have a family history of certain diseases and things like that. And right now I'm healthy. I'm able, I'm vibrant. And it's okay to want to be able to do things in your life where you feel like, I want to be able to enjoy some things while I'm like this, while I'm healthy, while I can get around. And you know, I mean, none of us can predict our future, and you don't know what you may or may not be able to achieve, because your health changes and you have challenges with your health. And so sometimes it's like this, you know, like I said, I'm 45. I don't know my future. I don't know how many years of life I'm going to be granted. I don't know how long I'll be able to feel healthy like this and be healthy like this and be able to, you see me, you've seen my videos, you know, I can run, jump, skip, tumble, all that stuff. And I'm young, I feel good, I feel healthy, I can, you know, get up and go to work. I can do these things. And while I'm able to do that, while I have my health and strength, I want to be able to enjoy. Like, I want to be able to enjoy some things that I've dreamed about. I want to be able to achieve these things now. I don't want to wait until, okay, 5 more years. Just 5 more years. Wait till you're 50, Lakeisha. No. Sometimes it's not a matter of you're waiting because it's not your time. Sometimes you continue to make the same decisions over and over again. You've seen the results and you're just afraid. You're just afraid to do what you really think is best for you, and do what it may take for you to take your life to the next level. You're just afraid, you know, you just don't want to do it. And that's where I'm at. That's really where I'm at. And I'm telling you, like, emotionally, privately, that's difficult, because I really believe that it's just time for me to make some changes and do things that in a way I felt like I should have done many years ago. But just thinking on a positive note, I know that it may have not been the time. And I don't believe in regrets and things like that. It's just what's for you is for you, and your journey is your journey. So what you didn't achieve and the decisions you made, it wasn't meant to happen. And when you graduate mentally, then you're able to do things later in life that you didn't have the courage to do, or you didn't have the wisdom and the experience to do those things. And now you do. You have to make those tough decisions to get your life back. And I feel like that's kind of where I am. I'm in a position where I have to take my own advice, which is I have to get my life back. Like, I have to be able to take my life back, or I won't have one at all. I'm going to miss out. And I'm sure it's probably somebody else. You may be feeling this. That's why I'm being bold enough to share how I feel, because I do. I feel like there are other people out there who are probably dealing with the same thing. You're challenged with the same thing. And again, we all learn from each other. We gain wisdom from each other. We're able to take our lives to the next level sometimes because somebody shared their experience and it taught you something about what you need to do in your own life. So yeah, that's where I am right now. This is Dr. Lakeisha J. Cole. I truly hope that you're off to a great week of positivity and influence and reaching your goals. Have a wonderful day.